Friends, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to go through one machine on the One Hub, which is School One. The link will be added into the description section below so that you can download and play the machine. If you want to learn and practice buffer overflow against the Windows application or software, this machine is good for you because this is the very typical buffer overflow attack against the Windows software or application. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So enough talk, let's just get started. We can switch into the Kali Linux VM. Above all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be NetDiscover. As you can see, the IP address of the target could be identified as 130. This machine this IP address belongs to the Windows virtual machine. Later, we can use these Windows machines to install the vulnerable application. Okay. So what we are going to do next? We need to do the port scanning or service scanning with a map to save time. I've already completed earlier. So for now, we just get out the result. As you can see over here, I use the options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. Although the IP address has been changed from when I did the machine the first time. So from the map scanning, we can tell that the target is running three services. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service or secure shell service, and also the version information. As we know, this version doesn't have any vulnerability. The next one, 23, usually this port number is occupied and used by the telnet service. However, from the fingerprint of this service, the Nmap cannot make sure that this is indeed telnet. Later, we can manually connect to this service to see what it's about. The next one is 80, which is running HTTP service and also the version information. So what we are going to do next is to do immersion with HTTP service, both manually and automatically. Let's launch our browser or Firefox to do the manual immersion first. Let me clear up the history. And we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. As you can see, we are prompted by the user login panel, and we can try to use admin as username and admin as password as well. Login failed. And also we can check its source code. Sometimes source code can reveal very important information. We can scroll down. But nothing, right, at this moment. And next, we need to check whether this site has robots file. Not found. Next, we can use Nikto to do the automatic immersion. Of course, this case, Nikto cannot discover any important information. So I'd like to interrupt it here. And next, we can use GoBuster to do the directory immersion. GoBuster directory Press enter. Of course, if you want, you can let it run and until it's finished. However, I don't think we can find anything important in terms of directories or files. So I think we have already done almost everything what we can for the HTTP service. However, just now we have already know this there is user login panel, and I think now it deserves our other efforts. For example, we can try to use login bypass technique. And the password. Please don't forget the space at the end. Login, as you can see, it does work. Even now we have already logged in as administrator. So of course we can walk through the functions of this administrator's panel. However, nothing, no vector or location where can allow us to upload some, for example, malicious files, okay? However, if we go to the dashboard and check its source code, we need to check the source code again. And we can scroll down. Here, script. Even we are, as you can see, we got the directory or URL we can copy. Very important, even give us the such information. And we can put it down onto our notebook. And we can continue our scrolling down. As you can see here, there is another comment. And we can copy and paste it in here. So maybe, we need to check. For example, we can go to this directory. This file, rather, not found. However, if we remove the file, and as you can see, this directory is valid or is accessible, okay? And from the name itself, we can tell that if we can upload the file onto the target, possibly such a file would be living inside this directory, okay? Next, we need to access this page. So we can, should be here on the settings. As you can see here, this is a hidden function which we get from the source code, and we put something like a test, email, test, and now we try to upload the malicious file like PHP reverse shell file. I've already got such a file ready, and you can get out such a file. You can get it from the PentestMonkey website or other similar websites. As you can see, after you download it from the website, you need to change this IP address in accordance with your environment, your own environment. And if you want, you also can change the port number. And now it's ready, and then we can upload this file to the target. And we can save. Date successfully saved. So now we can go to this website, sorry, not website, this directory to see whether our file has been uploaded successfully. Okay, we can paste in here. Yeah, it's there. Although its file name has been changed automatically, and to access this file, we need to set up the listener on the Kali Linux to then we can get the initial for the hold on the target, right? We can click. As you can see, we got the collection from the from the target, and we can make it, or we can make it interactive shell Python import pty module, pty spawn. Okay, and we can go to the home directory to do some local immersion, Fox, and we can get the first flag without a problem, and go to the ppp directory, and nothing there, and go to opt directory, go to access direct subdirectory. The two files, access and funcs accel, this should be the dynamic library, and maybe we can upload the NumPy shell script to do the automatic immersion. Okay, we can copy from my toolsets directory, and we can set up the web server. NumPy shell script. We need to make it executable to run. Okay? Because now we are trying to elevate our privilege. In most cases, we need to, besides manually emulating the machine locally, we also can get the help from the shell script like NumPy shell script. As you can see, it's done. And we can scroll back and to see whether we can find the vectors which allow us to elevate our privilege. I think here in the root directory has a wine. You know, the wine is simulating Windows and can install the executable Windows executable just as if we are inside the Windows operating system. Okay, so now we can scroll up the capabilities information. Nothing interesting. The port number. So this port number, of course, is accessible. The cron job information and some local exploits. What are not what we are looking for at this moment. All right. So maybe just now we have already found the two files, and I think we need to download such two files onto our Kali Linux. So how to? Maybe I can close up this web server, and I think we can use because the netcat is there, so we can sudo netcat, and when receive the data, we can save into this file, and then we can go back. We can cat access and the tunnel to netcat. Okay, and now as you can see, the listener has received the data from the target, and we can disconnect or stop. As you can see, it's here, and now we can download this file, this dynamic link library, to our Kali Linux. So the file name is funcs. We can cat and the tunnel. As you can see, the listener has received the data. Now, because they're apparently Windows executable, so we can transfer to the host machine or the Windows virtual machine. I've already done that earlier, so for now I just switch into the Windows machine. As you can see over here, there are two files, and we can run as administrator. Yes, as you can see here, this is a vulnerable software, and you can check net. As you can see, the 23 port number, 23. Yeah, here, this one is open. So I think this is just what the target is running. So next we need to check whether this application is vulnerable or not. So how to do? And we can, maybe I can close down, and we can go back to the Kali Linux. And the next, I'd like to write some Python code to do the such testing. Okay, so we can call it fuzzing. Import socket, import sys, try pass, except index error, print the usage. Should be target IP and port number, sysarchive, the program name itself, and then we can exit the program. If no index error, then we can save it to target IP, sysarchive, and the port number. Of course, we need to convert to the integer. Okay, now we want to make a loop. So the length should be, should be, for example, 100 for while true, and then as socket, we can create a socket object, socket, the IPv4 family, socket, TCP, socket string, and then we can connect to the target, port number, and then of course we need to receive the banner, and then we want to send the length, okay, and of course we need to encode because I'm using Python 3, and then also we can receive data and close this socket or close the collection. And also I want to import time, and we can print the progress information. So data sent length, okay, and then the length can plus 100 times sleep 1 second. Okay. So now as you know, to test or attack buffer overload, there will be some steps involved, like spiking and the fuzzing, and then we need to find the offset or the location of the EIP. Then we can overwrite our, instruction, or for example, the instruction of the ESP into the EIP. Then the malicious shellcode can be executed. Okay. Of course, also we need to find the bad characters, because the bad characters will affect the execution of our shellcode. Okay. So let me demonstrate in some detail for you. Okay. So now we can save and can test the program. Python, the fuzzing. We need to specify of course, now I'm targeting or attacking the Windows virtual machine. And the number, as you can see, it's sending longer and longer data, try to overflow the buffer. And then, of course, our objective is to overwrite the EIP. EIP stands for the extended. As you can see, I think the offset or the EIP is around 1,800. Next, we can use the not bad characters. We need to confirm this. For example, we can generate, we do not need to use the loop. Maybe I'd like to copy this code and I want to create another file. We call it exploit and paste in here, and don't need to use this one. And the payload A, maybe 2000, and now we can remove the loop because we do not need any more. And we can indent length, the payload. Okay, and we do not need this information. Okay, so now I think we can use Immunity Debugger to test this software. We can go to this Windows. We need to rerun this application, and then we can launch our Immunity Debugger and run as, make sure run as administrator, and then we need to attach to the access, attach, and then we can run it, and then go back to the Python, and then we can run exploit. Press enter. So never closed. There's some error. I do not need this. Okay, now I think it's correct. We can run it again. Why? Oh, sorry. Python exploit. Press enter. And now we go back to the Immunity. As you can see, the access violation when executing. And as you can see over here, the EIP has been overflowed by our A. 41 stands for capital or uppercase A. Okay, so now how to do? We need to calculate, or we need to locate the offset of the EIP, the precise location. So how to do? We can use the 1-2 of the Metasploit framework. And I'd like to auto-complete this command. And the length is 2000. Press enter, as you can see over here. And we can copy this string with a particular pattern, and then we can change our exploiter code. So we can remove, replace by our strings. Okay, now we can, of course, we need to restart our process and click, make sure it's running, and at the bottom, and then we can exploit. However, it's not I think it's not crashed, no crash. So maybe there's some characters prevent us from crashing. For example, if you, maybe I can, if you remove this one and the payload, for example, the M, press enter, and we can restart the process, and then run it. As you can see, no access violation. As you can see, you can check the EIP. So I think the M, so we need to generate, normally we can use the, for example, use the pattern create, the two to create the particular strings. However, sometimes because some characters inside in this string are bad characters. So in this case, we need to limit our character sets. Okay, let me show you. For example, we can use the S. We just want to use ABC and 1, 2, 3. Press enter. And now we can copy. And then we can the buffer overflow attack is very complicated. I'm trying my efforts to explain exactly what all required steps and techniques. Okay, so let me save the program. Now make sure we need to restart the process again. And now we can run. As you can see, the behavior is different. I think it's a crash. Crashed. Now go to the, as you can see, the access violation when executing. And then we can go to the EIP and we can copy this address to clipboard. And now we can paste in our notebook. Next, we can use another tool to calculate the offset. We can use the Metasploit tools, exploit pattern offset. ABC, ABC 1 2 3, and to query this string. Oh, sorry. Should be 2000. As you can see, there's so many possibilities. So let's try from this one first, and if this one doesn't work, and then we can try to use this one. So we can copy this number. So how to test? We can use the payload should be multiply this one, and for byte of EIP we can use capital B to fill in, and then C maybe 200. Okay, let's save. And now we need to restart our process again. Now we can run this exploit again. So access violation. However, this is 41, not 42, because 42B is where the EIP located, right? So maybe this offset number is not correct. So now we can try the next one. And we need to restart the process again. So buffer overflow attack is so time consuming. Need to spend a very long time to do. And we can run it again. As you can see here now, EIP is filled by 42. 42 stands for uppercase B. Okay, so now we have already found the offset correctly. Next, so the offset is this one. We can copy the offset is this one. Next, we need to find the bad characters. Okay, because just I mentioned earlier, the bad characters will affect our execution of shell code. Okay, so first of all, we need to generate the bad characters. You can get it from the, the tool. You can get it from the GitHub. And for now, I just maybe I can open another tab to the tool sets, and we can run this bad characters shell script, and we can copy, and then we can paste in here. Okay, no error. We can save and make sure we need to restart the process again and run. It's running. At the bottom, you can see this. You can see the status. Okay, so now we can run this exploit again, and now go to the, as you can see, the access validation. we need to go to the ESP section, and we can follow in dump. And we need to check which character is out of place. Okay, as you can see over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I can appearance the font. So we should be very careful. We need to follow in dump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, 10. I think I found the first bad character. 4D is not there. 4D, right? So we can go back to our, maybe I can copy this to our notebook. So the 4D is not there. I need to make sure the 4D, yeah, is not there. So 4D, 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 where is 4D? 4D, yeah, the first one we can copy. And then we can remove 4D from the program. $4D, right? So we need to remove these bad characters. Okay, save. And now we can restart the process and run it. And then we can run it, run this Python exploit, and then we can follow in dump. So for D, for E, also I think for F is bad character, right? So for F, yeah, here we can copy for F. So we can remove for F, and then we need to restart the process, run it. Okay. So 5A, B, C, D, E, maybe 5F is out of place. 5F, okay, 5F, 5F should be this one. I need to make certain 5F, okay. Let's remove 5F from the payload for 5F. Remove. Okay. So now we can restart process again, and then we can the collection. We need to run it, make sure it's running, and then we can run it. So seven, 8, maybe 7 line is bad character. All right, 7, 9. So this one we can copy. 7 line. Okay, 7 line. So we can remove the 7 line. Okay, and then we can restart the process. Running. Go to ESP and follow in dump. So the 7 for 7D, 7E, maybe 7E, right? 7E, 7E, yeah, it's here. 7E. So we need to remove from the payload. Okay. And we can rerun our process, run it. And go to here. Okay, let's continue. So maybe 7F is also bad character. We can copy. And we need to remove from our payload. Okay, and then save. We need to rerun it. It's running, and then we can, not this one, Python. Okay, I think now we have already found all bad characters. So then now we can generate the shell code with MSF Vellum. So how to do? We can use MS Vellum, Windows, and shell reverse. Lhost is our Kali Linux. And of course, another bad character is 00. always 00 means stands for space, will be bad character. Okay, so the port number 555. The file type is Python, and then we want to specify the bad character. We can copy and also I want to, maybe I need to use Google as volume exit func. So we can, yeah, this option, exit func. This would be more efficient, can safely exit the program. Okay, so now we can press enter to generate the payload. Okay, it's done, and then we can copy this payload and we can paste it in here. And then the payload should be a the offset is this one. Yeah, it's correct. And then wait a moment, we need to find out the address which should be filled in EIP. EIP means the memory address of the next instruction, and we want to point to the jump ESP. Okay, so just now we can put the buff. Okay, so how to find such address? We can go to the Immunity Debugger. We can restart, and then we can use the module modules. Press enter, and this one, the first one, func access dynamic library, is what we want. We want to point to this address, and next we need to find the address. So how to find? No, mana find, and also we need to know, the string for the command or the statement for the jump and ESP. So how to find? We can use the share metasploit and tools exploit jump ESP. So it should be FF E4. Okay, so now we can use X. So what's E4? Okay, and the module should be the func access. Okay, and the two results, and this one is what we want. We can copy this address to our PyCharm. This address, of course, this address should be reversed. So we can utilize the buffer overflow, and we want to, put this address into the EIP, because EIP is the address for the next instruction. and instruction or returned address. So after we can put or point the EIP to the ESP, and then our shell code can be executed. Okay. So how to do? We can, of course, this address should be reversed. X dd x x x. Okay. I need to make double check. dd to well. Okay, it's correct. All right, now we can remove and try to, of course, I think now we just directly attack the target rather than Windows. We have already got everything what we want, like offset, the EIP address, and EIP or the address which should be filled into the EIP or point to the ESP, okay, or jump ESP, and then shell code will be executed. So we can save, and now we can run Python exploit. Of course, we need to set up the listener first. So listener should be sorry, wait a moment. Maybe we need to use different port number. This is not correct port number. We need to use different port number because this port number is occupied already, 66. Sorry about that. And we can copy this shell code again, and then we can replace this section. Hopefully we can, so now we can set up the listener 66, and now we can run exploit. As you can see, we got the collection. Wonderful, right? We have already successfully got the collection, and as you can see, we belong to the super user. We can dir, and then we can type the flag without any problem. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.